Am I live?
You should be.
Am I on twitch.tv/ESA Marathon right now?
Indeed you are.
Hello!
You are indeed.
That's me. Well, that's me on the Twitch. Hello, everybody. My name is CoKami, and I am here today to stream run this video game. It's called Castle of Illusion, starring Mickey Mouse. I love this game so much, and I think it's an absolutely fantastic speedrun game. And if you have been considering maybe trying a speedrun, this is an absolutely fantastic one to do. And I'm going to show you why in hopefully under 17 minutes. So timing on this game starts when we pick a difficulty. There are 2 difficulties, but the first one isn't an actual game. It's just a little playground for you to run around, essentially. But timing starts when I hit the difficulty, which I will do in 3, 2, 1. Alright, so this is Castle of Illusion. I'm going to take my headphones off because I can't even hear anything. It's fine. Castle of Illusion is a fairly simple platformer. You play as Mickey Mouse and you run to the right. Sometimes you also run to the left. There are 2 inputs. You can jump and you can butt stomp. And there are lots of little weird quirks and mechanics that we can do to manipulate the game so that we can do it just a little bit faster. That's not one of them. That's just a little bit of jitters. So I'm going to be talking through some of the weird little things that we do in this run. A lot of them are very easy to learn, some of them are a bit trickier. We're already almost all the way through the first level of the game, and I haven't talked about any of them. So the first thing I'd love to talk about is the sliding mechanics. So you'll notice that Mickey slides down slopes. Mickey actually slides faster down slopes if you are not pressing any buttons, and there are several points in the run where this doesn't just save time, but it's actually crucial to skip a cycle in certain fights. Speaking of fights, this is the first boss fight. This is the big bad tree. Don't know what it's actually called, but let's call it that. It can bounce. Oh no! The big bad tree, great. This just gives me another opportunity to show you. The big bad tree can go once or twice across the screen after you hit it. Obviously, in a speedrun, we want it to go once every time, and that like that, because that is much, much quicker. Saves you about, what, a second if it only goes once. It is an incredibly easy boss fight. I'm just nervous. Can you tell? So that's the first fight. So you'll notice that gem drop from the top of the screen. The aim of the game here is to collect the 7 rainbow gems that take us to the castle to save Minnie Mouse from the awful witch Miserabelle. I know that the story is very important to people that want to learn speedruns, and that's that one. So the next trick I want to talk about is edge boosting. There is one here, but I'm not going to do it because it's not very marathon safe. Basically, and there will be more in the run later, basically, if Mickey Mouse jumps into the corner of a platform, he actually goes slightly higher than his max jump height. And we use this to get through a couple of sections early and also just get up ladders quicker. I'm going to try and do one here to show you. I didn't do it, but it's only like 6 or 7 frames, but it can make all the difference because it can get you up the ladder a whole bunch quicker. You're going to get an example coming up of what I was talking about with the speed. You're going to see here that because I didn't press any buttons, I was able to get all the way to the blue ball. However, if you hold right during that section, Mickey doesn't have enough momentum to carry him through all the way. Oh no! Sorry folks, I'm nervous. It also happens when he's in the air, so if you've got momentum when you jump, Mickey will move faster until you hold a button. It was very brief, but you actually saw an example of it there, that when I started to hold left, he didn't go fast enough. Nothing majorly tricky in this boss fight, it's mostly just pattern manipulation with this Jack-in-the-Box. We want him to come over here and jump off of this wall, just because it usually gives us a pretty decent pattern, and that is it. Basically, pretty run-of-the-mill, jumping and butt-stomping platformer so far. We're actually going to come up to the first auto-scroller of the game. There's 2 auto-scrollers, which gives us about a minute. So if you want to read any donations or anything like that, now is a great time to do it.
Right, and I shall do just that. We have a $10 donation from Sven saying, "Let's get some 12s in chat. Good luck and love from everyone at the anti-ball league. We are watching." Right. Hope that...
It makes sense to me, don't worry.
Makes sense to you? Okay, good. Right. Perfect. Do I have time for some donation bids?
You've got time for some donation incentives. Yeah, still about half of the auto scroller to go.
Alright, sweet, cool. Oh yeah, it's still auto scroller. Anywho, right. So turns out there have actually been more Final Fantasy 2 names that have already been that already exist. So apart from Beans with $10, we've also got Walter for Furion, right? At $12. So those are the two options currently for Furion's name. Meanwhile, for Guy, we've got Roxy at $5.12. And for Leon, we have Batman at $20, and Maria's name Erica for $50. And yes, that's about it for now.
Okay. So what you saw there is, I think, the first example of we go out of bounds a lot in this run. They're all fairly easy out of bounds tricks. Mostly you're just going over the top of platforms and into rooms you're not supposed to. By the way, that slope is another example of if you hold a button, you do not go fast enough to go under that chocolate drop. But yes, so this boss fight as well is the first major tricky glitch of the game. Usually I would just jump over this chocolate drop. For a marathon, we're just going to kill it, because we need to carry this barrel all the way to the boss room. And as you're going to see in a minute, I'm going to take this barrel into the boss room, which allows us to do the boss fight in a fraction of the time you're supposed to. So what you're supposed to do in this boss fight is you're supposed to let the boss hit the wall, chocolate drops fall from the sky, and then you pick those up and throw them at him. We're not going to do that because we have a barrel. And that's it. You're seeing him disintegrate into smaller pieces here. Basically, after every time he punches the wall, he Yellow Devil style travels across the screen. It takes forever to do it casually. But with that setup, which is not too difficult, I made it look a lot more difficult than it is there. We can take the barrel into the level, and it becomes an absolute joke. Oh my god, the lights are turning off. Alexa, lights on. She didn't even hear me. Awesome.
Alexa, come on.
Alexa, lights on, please. Chat, please tell Alexa to put my lights on. So this is the first major reset point of the run, and I'm going to get it first time, so it doesn't matter. No! Basically, this is another example of us skipping a gigantic section of the level. We can clip into this chest, and I'm not doing it. No! I got this first time every time in practice.
Oh,
there we go. So that allows us to skip a gigantic section of this level. Again, not an incredibly difficult trick to learn, but absolutely crucial if you're doing the speedrun. The boss fight coming up is another example of us getting onto platforms that shouldn't exist. Basically, a lot of the rooms in this game don't have a roof or a ceiling, which means you can just go on top of a lot of walls that are meant to be like, if you were to screen transition through them, there would be a floor above it. Like, it shouldn't be able to walk through, but it's very easy to do so in a lot of places. This is the first of the extra gems. If you don't pick that gem up, or the one that's in the next level, oh no, that's bad. You basically have to redo the levels until you get the gems. These notes are always the same. This is a memorizable pattern. I think when I was a kid playing this game, I used to think, because I was very small and stupid, that it would be different notes every time. It's always the same notes every time.
Time for a quick donation?
Yeah, go for it.
Sweet. We've got Pazzy coming in at $5 saying, "Is this a Roxy Cam button? Good luck with the run."
No Roxy Cam, we're doing a marathon, mate. So if we get lucky here and the book lets out a letter at the top, which it's not doing so far, we can go up onto the walls beside it. Oh, please give us a top letter just so that we can show the trick to someone. There we go. So we can go up here, and if the book stays in the same place, which it's not going to, we can just jump straight down onto its head, which saves you a bit of the cycle. Wow, one top letter and it didn't stand still. And the good thing about it is you can actually bounce from the book straight back up onto the platform, meaning that if the book stays in place again, you can skip yet another cycle. There's a phrase you've probably heard every speedrunner under the sun say, and that's RNG. So far, the only RNG in the run so far has been the tree fight at the start. Because, like I say, we preferably wanted to go 3 times across the screen and not 3 times single across the screen and not doubles. I'm playing this very safe because it's a marathon. Oh no! Oh. But this is an opportunity for RNG to rear its ugly head and completely ruin your run. Basically, what we've got to do here is we've got to do this section that you're watching me do here twice. We're going to come all the way along here to this ladder. Drop down here. We're going to pick up the heart because it allows us to do some quick kills later on. And we have to pick up this gem. Oh, you bad bastard, you. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't swear. Sorry, my bad. But now what we're going to do, if RNG is kind to us, is do one of the out of bounds skips I talk about. So basically these cogs you saw the first time round, if the one on the far right shoots its second cog high, like that, and not low, like that, we can go up over this wall. Many a run has been reset to bad... Oh no, what do I do now? Because I cannot die here, folks, let me tell you. Like, it's a run killer if I die here. So, sorry, you're going to have to bear with me while I do this very slowly. Right, cool. So we need to pick up health. No, I'm going to die, which you're going to be like, dying here in a boss fight? Because hopefully, if I die, I'll have enough damage to show you the quick kill. And actually, genuinely, it is quicker to die and come back into the room and do the quick kill than do this kill with 1 health. It's so much quicker. Oh no! Sorry, folks. You're not... No, you know what? I can die and just show you. It's a marathon. This stuff happens in a marathon. It's fine. I hope everyone's having a very nice quarantine whilst you watch me die to this boss. Alright, I'm gonna get it this time though, it's fine. Fuck off. Fucking hell. Oh! I am not used to not swearing on stream. I am very sorry to anyone. So you're seeing now why we do a quick kill in this fight. Because it's a bit like the Bowser fight in Super Mario World, except it's rubbish. If you do it the way it's intended to be done. I'm so not used to doing it the way it's intended to be done that I'm missing hits. Hey, if you want to see how this is done, go and check out any of the speedruns on the leaderboard for this game. It's got a lovely little healthy community. We love this game. There's a couple of the runners are here tonight watching the stream. Shout outs to Pet and all the rest of the crew that are here. It's a fantastic game, and I'm sorry that I didn't get to show you one of the most technical accuracy parts of the run there. My apologies to you. So now that we have collected all the gems, we are going to the last level. So actually, if you have any donations to read now is an absolutely fantastic time.
Well, let me check. Hey, sweet. We actually do have one donation. It is... Let me refresh, $10. And Cheeky Vodka saying, Alexa, lights off.
No, don't put my lights off.
But hey, this we tried. And yeah, do I have time for a couple shoutouts?
Yeah, go for it.
Sweet. So, just like shout out once again. Yeah, let me see who to shout out once again. ESA and BSG. Both of these speedrun events, they've been helping us out immensely, from like providing us with tech to providing us with just a lot of help. So for example, from ESA, we're currently using their channel to stream, and also they share technical assistance and sponsors with us. What happened?
Oh, it's fine. The run can still go on. I'm just very annoyed that I did that.
Okay, yeah, because I'm looking at the stream right now. It's like just caught up.
I was in my head going, "Oh, I better not fall in that pit."
Yeah. And you fell in that pit.
I never fall in that pit, but tonight I fell in that pit.
Oh man! Once again, it's never happened before.
It's. I'm sorry. This doesn't usually happen to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're well nervous, aren't we?
Okay, so I'm gonna do. Basically this is a suboptimal strat I'm about to do, but it's another great example of being able to just walk on a ceiling. I'm gonna come up here and get a key that we're supposed to carry all the way to the left and unlock a locked door. We don't want to do that because it's boring, and it's also a perfect example of the corner clip. So if I try and jump up here, I did it by accident. If you clip into the corner, you get enough height to walk all the way over here, avoid the fallen platforms, avoid the spider, you don't have to throw the key, and you drop down into the ladder. It is significantly faster than doing it the intended way, and that is not the damage boost I was trying to take. Could you go away, please? Thank you. Alright, so we're coming up on another auto-scroller, which I apologise. This is where I had said, hey, if you've got donations, you can read them here. But you've done donations, so this is CoKami time. Sorry, everyone. First of all, I know that the hosts on the stream have been talking about it, but I would just like to throw in my 2 cents. If you do have any money, I know times are tough for everyone right now. I know we're all in a bit of uncertainty and strange times, but no more so than homeless people. So if you have any money that you can afford to spare, it's such a worthy charity. They do such great work. I was aware of them before I knew they were the sponsors for this, or the charity for this event. If you can give anything at all, it would warm the cockles of my heart to see that number go up just a fraction even. That's why we're all here. If you want to see me speedrun this game, good. There are other places to do that. There are definitely other times and places to do that, and you're welcome to join us for that. But tonight and tomorrow is about helping people, and it's about raising a bit of money. Okay, all right, we all good with that? Cheers, thank you. All right, we're coming up to another and the last of the going over a wall tricks. There are quicker ways to do this, but there's a damage boost version of that you can do. But that's the way I do it, because I'm a big wimp, folks. I'm a big old wimp, and I'm picking up safety health because we're about to fight the last 2 bosses of the game. So first of all, we come into this room. It's supposed to be a little puzzle. You're not really supposed to know where you're going, but hey, look, you can just go through this floor. And this is Bad Dragon, who I am going to absolutely have a bad time against. I can just tell, because he's a bad dragon. Oh, please don't do it the best you've ever done it. Please, seriously. Oh, good. If I'd done it the best I'd ever done it, I would have been very sad, because the rest of the run has been crap. And we're coming up to the last fight. This is going to be very quick, but there is a quick kill here. I really hope I can show you it. If not, I know plenty of backups, it's fine, but this is Miserable, and if it's done correctly, it will be over before you've even had time to know what's going on. Yes! So basically, time's coming up when Mickey stops moving, and time. So basically what happens there is, for some reason, the lantern has a hitbox that you can hit Miserable with. You're supposed to throw it and hit her with it, but the first time you pick it up, it has a different type of hitbox for some reason. So you can hit her with it by jumping into her. Usually that wouldn't damage her, but for some reason, the first time you do it, and if you die and go back into the room, it will not work anymore. It only happens the first time you enter the room, and if done properly, you can beat that boss in an absolute heartbeat, and you never have to see the room go dark, like I did when Alexa turned my lights off. Everybody, thank you so much for having me on today to do the stream. Thanks to all the people that watch me stream normally that have come. Shout outs to the sound director, who is Body Odor. And once again, if you have anything you can donate to such a worthy cause, that would be amazing and awesome, and I would love you so much for that. thanks again, everybody, for coming out. And for people that weren't sure about why people were typing 12 in the chat a whole lot, you just have to come to my stream to find out. Yes, mate, I'm that guy. I'm doing that. Oh, and one last thing before I go. Special thanks to Jim. Alright, I'm done. Thanks again, everybody. See, body odor again. Body odor. That is for you, Convex Cornet. Donate $5.
Here, CoKami. We could just keep you in here for just for a few more seconds, because we've got a $20 donation from Fluffy Squirrel saying, because CoKami asked nicely.
Oh, mwah. Thank you so much. I'm going to do something I didn't actually ask beforehand. How much am I under? First of all, what was my time? Sorry.
17 minutes 39 seconds.
That's not bad for the amount I've messed up.
Yeah.
Is there time, or am I done?
Should be done.
Is there time to show one other speedrun? A bonus speedrun that I forgot to submit as an incentive that is 20 seconds long.
On tech, let me check with tech.
I am put.
The royal decree.
Brilliant. I am going to show everybody the speedrun for Yee's Ancient Omens, or the Vanished Omens, excuse me. If you have access to this game, please consider learning this speedrun, because it can be done in under 25 seconds. And I want the leaderboard for this game to be massive, massive. I want hundreds and hundreds of submissions. This is the speedrun for Yee's The Vanished Omens.
Do I have time for a quick donation?
Genuinely, probably not. Ooh.
Okay.
Time. Please run this game. It is very short and it's very fun and silly. That if you have time for you, well, I'll tell you what. I will now leave you. Thank you, everybody, for having me.
No, wait, actually, before you leave, once again, because we've got another $5 12-cent donation from Peter Q saying, "Hi, is this China Buffet King?"
Peter, love you.
That run deserves another $5, 12 cents regardless. Take my cashola. Law for naming guy after Roxy. And yeah, right, so yeah, you're free go now, CoKami.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great rest of the night, and get into speedrunning. It's awesome.